Hello, everyone, and welcome into Seven Wonders Duel. We are up over 300 ELO. Hoping that we can keep it. This is a pretty easy choice. I think Appian Way and Sphinx are the best. Divine Theater, I think, is just a little bit better than Hanging Gardens. Yeah. Anyway, so now the question is, can we hold this? Which has been our challenge in the past. My assumption is my opponent is going to take the Wood Reserve, after which I will take the Press. And I will be pretty happy about it. Theology is good here. Strategy is good here. Like, you know, there's a lot of good stuff here. Okay, this is all going pretty chalk right now. Very curious what this card is. I'm hoping it's something good. And we know it's not glass. I'll say, yeah, this excuse me, this might be an interesting science run, depending on how this goes. This could also be kind of a science with a late military run. That is interesting. Ooh, that's very nice. Yeah, that's very nice. Because we need wood and yeah, this is okay. Okay, so my opponent goes sciences, which is fine. I think I'm going to do this because I would like to place this. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and place the snake over there and just kind of go, not really going to get a whole lot of sciences. That's great that was the card that was revealed. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I know it reveals two things, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. Tannet's great. I think I'd just rather know that Tannet's there to be able to maybe get that with Divine Theater. Maybe we hit that with the Gate. I don't know. Great. Very happy to do this. Really the only downside to this is it does mean that my opponent could get 3 science symbols here in the first stage, which is not ideal. All right, I think I'm gonna throw Neptune here. I guess I maybe could have thrown the military out there, and that would have been good. That's a bummer. So I think I'm okay giving up this science symbol. Yeah. Now the question is, do I risk this being a science symbol? I mean, ultimately it doesn't matter, but I'm going to take the yellow card. I think the yellow card is just a little bit better. Yeah, I'm going to take the risk that this is a science symbol. Okay, now I will do this because military is in play. All right, that's wonderful. That's just delightful. And the other delightful part of this is I get to go first here. So I am going to go first. And I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this. I'm not going to willingly give my opponent stuff. So, I mean, if my opponent wants to use Hades to go get that to get a progress token, so be it. I'm fine with that. This is a little bit of a challenge for my opponent. Yeah, this isn't... Okay, that's interesting. I think that's a little aggressive. I think I'm okay doing the Gate here. I don't really want to pay 7 coins for this. Economy is not terrible, but I think I'd rather just have the straight up 12 coins. I don't know, though. Yeah, you know what? I think over time, getting economy is going to get me more coins. So seems pretty clear that we do this. That's a bummer. That's a very big bummer. However, the nice thing about it is that we do get this, which makes things a little bit cheaper. Do we probably want to steal a wonder here. Okay, that's a smart play by my opponent. Okay, I think I want to get this. I'm going to use an extra turn here to get the papyrus here. I think that this is smart. And the other thing that I want to make sure that I do is grab this Pantheon. I also wouldn't mind that to clay, but okay. Great. Interested to see what my opponent takes here. Okay, so now Ra isn't as good. So to me, it's more about like what. Okay, what are we getting from the discard pile? Probably this. I would get the Caravansary. I guess the either a progress token isn't the worst thing, but I'd probably just get the Caravansary. No, it just gets the progress token. Okay. I mean, I guess theology? Maybe just agriculture? Yeah. Okay, I am happily going to take the glass here because that just really helps things out. Yeah, what do I get with... I mean, I could just get points with the Divine Theater. I don't know. Let's not make any rash decisions right now. I also could steal the Great Library just to make it so... well, never mind now, but... I could have done that to make it so my opponent can't get law, because now there's a chance that my opponent can get law, especially considering it's not in here, it wasn't here. There's a decent chance that it's in there. However, the fact that my opponent has not immediately played it says to me that I'm probably okay. All right, I do think that this is worth it. Yeah. All right. I mean, okay, man. I'm going to do this. I always forget that this can be worth 7 points. And every single time I'm always like, oh, yeah, 7 points. I'm in. I mean, okay, man. Like... All right, like, you want to play this game, I'm happy to do this. My goodness. I'm happy just to grab points here. I mean, here's the other thing I can grab here. I can grab Tanit and get a ton of coins here. Okay, so the good news is I get to go first, and we know where all the science cards are. That's huge. That's huge to know where all the science cards are. Absolutely huge. Yeah, I think it's just, I think it's probably just, well, I don't know. We'll see what kind of coins we get. Yeah, here's the great thing. Economy was definitely the right move because now I'm getting a lot of coins from my opponent, assuming my opponent decides to play cards. Yeah, knowing where all the science cards are, that was an incredibly good stroke of luck for this third age. Just great. I mean, how ballsy am I feeling? Do I take this? No, I don't think I do. I have an advantage here. There is no need for me to in any way slip that advantage. This is a little tricky pod here. Really? We're still doing this? All right. Well, then I'm going to do this because I want to make sure that I don't lose this and that you lose 5 coins. That's what I would like to have happen. My opponent realizes that pot, yeah, because this is a tricky pot here. Because if my opponent gets this, then, like, worst case scenario, my opponent can get, like, a progress token, which could give, like, 7 points or something like that. I really don't want my opponent to get this, because then it just really decreases the chances of a science victory. I mean, I do have to watch a military victory here as well, but, okay. That's actually pretty nice because now I do not mind paying a coin. I know that my opponent couldn't afford that, but let's just... Yeah, that's great. I mean, I know this seems kind of odd, but I don't want to make a decision here. So I'm just going to... Here, I want this one. I want this symbol. Yeah. I want my opponent to have to make a choice here. Great. So, I am actually going to just go ahead and discard this for 6 coins. The nice thing about this here is, yeah, so this is great because now my opponent can get one of these. I don't care. Yes, so now I'm happy to grab this. My opponent has no extra turns. None. I have an extra turn. So I don't have to worry about this. Do I not, like, I don't know if I botched this or if just this isn't a game to play the Divine Theater. I'm going to have to use this extra turn. I would have liked to not use the extra turn and get the 9 points, but I feel like the Divine Theater then is just to grab the 9 points from the Greek deck. That's probably the play. And I do get 8 points by completing these, so it's not like it's nothing. But yeah, we've successfully prevented a science victory. Now the question is, can we successfully prevent a military victory? Because there's quite a lot of military cards here, which is not nothing. Okay. Well, I am also very happy to grab this. And then I'm going to grab these 7 points here. I don't love that my opponent could potentially get 10 points here. However, now we're kind of in an interesting spot where... Okay, so it's me, my opponent, me. Okay, yeah, so I need to get rid of... I need to save my extra turn. So I want to do this. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab this. And we're just going to go ahead and grab 9 points. Because now I can use the extra turn to get rid of this military card. Or I could just play it as well, which I might do simply to save myself like 5 points. Yeah. I guess, do I really need it, though? Do I really need to save myself that 5 points at the expense? You know what? Yes, I do. I'm gonna go ahead and pay 8 coins to save myself 5 points. A little bit not ideal. Yeah, I don't... Remember when I said that I always forget that 7 coins? And that's kind of the difference in the game. I really need to get that Pantheon, get that Pantheon. This one is just really just overperforms. Like, I just forget that I have it, and I'm like, oh yeah, 7 points. I mean, that's the difference in the game right there, is my 16 points here. I got beat on coins, war, wonders, tokens. It's these 2 things right here. Alrighty, here's the good news. I'm feeling like we're getting a bit of a cushion here, with the amount of elo we have. So I don't want to get, cocky. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch here. But my hope is that we can kind of keep above this. All right. Well, definitely Temple of Artemis, 100%. Do have law in play. The rest of these are kind of eh. I probably would go Sanctuary here, but honestly, it's a toss-up for me. Okay. I'd probably go Sphinx first pick here. Really? Well, then I will happily take the Sphinx and the statue of Zeus. And I will happily take this. Okay. So I think we got a really nice set of wonders here. 2 extra turns with a bunch of coins, 2 things that can get rid of a resource of my opponent's, plus do a little bit of military shenanigans if we need it. Again, this might not be the worst game for see if I can nab some science stuff from my opponent. At least make my opponent think about that. But it also isn't, I don't know, it's not a perfect science game, especially because there's nothing. If this was law with a bunch of other stuff, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll grab a couple science things. But pretty much if I'm going science, I'm probably going for a science victory. Well, a little redundant because we have the Stone Reserve, but I'm happy to, assuming it'll send the move to the server here. Oh, this is fun. Yeah, here, let's reload. Yes, I would like to do this. That was weird. Because that's the issue when there's law and a bunch of kind of okay stuff. Like, if this was law and economy and strategy and theology, I'd be like, oh, okay, we'll just grab a couple science things. If it happens, it happens. We get law and we get a science victory. But if not, we got other stuff that we can do. Right now, the issue is we don't have other stuff we can do. Man, I really like the tavern. To the point where I'm going to give up that wood if my opponent wants it. Going to happily throw that there. And I will happily take the tavern. Yeah. 100%. 100%. I'm okay with that decision. I'm assuming my opponent's going to pay the 2 coins for this, which, fine. I'm okay keeping my opponent as bankrupt as possible. Yeah, all right. I think it actually works out pretty well. Yeah, I'm happy to grab that. Very happy to grab that. And we're just gonna keep on the points here. Keep on the points. Okay. Really want to try not to have a repeat of last game where my opponent has 3 science symbols in the first stage and I have to like really worry about this. Man. That's kind of unfortunate. You know what? It worked last time. so I'm sure it'll work this time. It'll be just fine. No worries. Okay. Loving this. I mean, I know this gives up another wood to my opponent, but gosh, that seems pretty good. Yeah, again, not ideal. I think it is acceptable to do this. This gives me a lot of coins. It allows me to, I don't mind grabbing another stone. It allows me to place this Pantheon token. Okay, so that's that. That's interesting. So definitely going to place it here. And it means that I'm going to go first next turn. That's really nice. Because I would love it if my opponent spent all of their money on that. And I get to go first next turn, meaning I think this is raw. Just based on where my opponent placed it, this is raw. And so what do we steal? I think we steal Appian Way. No, this is Iris. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I would like to go first. And I would like this. Man, if there was an economy game, whew, this would be it. Also might be a military. Yeah, this might be a military run. All right, let's do the gate. That seems like a good idea. Man, I wish this was. I wish that was economy. There's argument for stealing the wood here, but I mean, it's raw. It's raw, and we're gonna grab the extra turn. That seems good. I wouldn't mind the 2 wood, but if we get the caravansary, that would be more ideal. Yeah, I might try to do some military shenanigans here. Well, I really don't want my opponent to get that, so I'm just going to discard this for coins. I don't need to get double glass. I'm all like, I talk about being over-resourced. The 5 coins is just worth more. I should have gotten that. Okay. I actually think that I'm going to do this to at least like try to make it so my opponent has to think about all this kind of stuff. I don't love where that wood is placed, because if I can make it so my opponent doesn't get law this age, that's going to be pretty nice. This is a holy cow. What's going on here? Oh my goodness. Okay. That's fine. Great. So, wait, really? That's the one you wanted? Okay. Fine by me. Really? Okay. Well, again, I'm just gonna kind of. I don't want, because the snake is here. That's unfortunate. I don't want to. That's really unfortunate. That sucks. That really sucks. I'm gonna do this, and yeah, I'll happily just pay 1 coin for it. Because now I'm threatening in a military way, and because I've got 2 military-based wonders, and my opponent has none. This is not horrible. I think we're okay on resources. We're not perfect, but I think we've got a pretty good economy set up that I'm not sure I care. All right, and then just so my opponent can't do this, I'm going to do this. I don't want this to go, and I want this to go. I mean, this does reduce my opponent's coins by 5, which is not nothing at this juncture of the game. I want to eliminate outs for my opponent is what I want to try to do, because my opponent has no more extra turns. I have 2 potential extra turns, as well as some potential military shenanigans. So, I'm just going to grab this, and I'm just going to copy this, because then there's a chance that I can grab some. If I grab this, then I get a progress token, which is pretty nice. I'm into that. Okay. What are we looking for here? We're looking for economy. So I think that this is fine. I mean, that's not a horrible play by any means. That's a little bit of a bummer, because I'm assuming my opponent, no. I mean, my opponent wants this is what my opponent wants. I mean, we're committing. We're committing at this point. I don't care about economy. I don't care about anything else. I'm committing to this is what I'm doing. That's fine. I am going to definitely almost discard the wrong one. That would have been very embarrassing. All right, so now we're going to do this. I know this is going to give my opponent more coins, but I do not care. And I am going to get rid of one of these wood. I love it. And I'm just going to go ahead and discard for a lot of monies. I am in an excellent military shape. Holy cats. I'm 2 away, and I've got 2 extra turns, and my opponent has none. I must choose? Well, don't mind if I do. I do need to be a little bit careful here, but that is a very large bummer. Really? Well, I don't want you to have this. I honestly do not care about this science symbol. Right, great. At this point, I just want this card. And if you, I win. I don't think there's any way I lose here, unless I'm missing something, which has happened before. But now I can just use this extra turn to grab this. And I believe I have yes, yeah, absolutely. No problem. Yeah. So, now I just do go like this. And then we just do this. And we win the military victory. Excellent. Been a while since we've done a victory that wasn't a score victory. Yeah, GG. My opponent turned the tables on me. I felt like I was in good control of that game. And my opponent made some very savvy plays to kind of turn the tables. That economy pickup was very big for my opponent. Really, flip the tables on who was ahead in terms of money. But it got to what happened was I pushed the military stuff hard in the second age, and it just got to a point where what my opponent should have done is played the 8 coin, invested the resources, because had they backed me up 1, 2, 3, Now I've got a whole lot more work to do to get there. And with an impending science victory, I got to work around that. But once I was able to stay here and there was no other military stuff, I was like, oh, I've got this extra turn. I can just play it. So, hey, if you're enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button, like and comment, and we'll see you next time.